Yellow! Welcome to A Moment with Abby. Ding! Y'all, it's Free for All Friday. Today I want to talk about something that I didn't think was a big deal in my household, but apparently it is. I was perusing the internets earlier, and I said to my husband, do you have a preference when it comes to how the toilet paper roll sits on the holder? And he goes, very emotionally. Yes, I do. And if it doesn't, we might just have an argument. I looked at him and I was like, what? That's awful dramatic. What do you mean? He said, the toilet paper goes over. It does not go under. And I said, I don't really have a preference, but I know correctly in my mind I would go over at all times. So this has never been a huge deal in our home. I guess because we both like the toilet paper roll to go over. Like I said, I didn't think this was a big deal. I just thought, okay, well, that's how the toilet paper roll goes. So I thought, since my husband had such a big opinion about it, I asked the three girls what they thought. So I asked girl number 1, daughter Uno, hey Uno, how does a toilet paper roll sit in the holder? She goes, over. Who goes under? Okay, thank you, number Uno. All right, so numero dos. Which way does a toilet paper roll sit in the holder? She says, over. How else is it supposed to sit on there? Okay, thank you, number 2. Number 3, how does a toilet paper roll sit on the holder? She gave me a whole story about how it's supposed to go over, not under, something about the heavens and the underworld. I don't know. She has a real imagination on her. All right, so what's your opinion? And she said, of course, over. Okay, of course this is an ongoing debate online. Many people believe it should go under. Others believe it should go over. There is a patent, apparently. I have not looked to see if this is true, where it goes over. All right. Well, I must have been brought up right in my home, and so has my husband, because we both have the toilet paper roll go over. Now, he did have a very big reaction, but I do remember him putting toilet paper rolls going under. So I'm not sure if in his old age he has changed his ways, but it just looks better, doesn't it? I mean, I follow an Instagrammer called Mrs. Hinge. Here in the UK, she is a huge cleaning guru, and I've learned a lot from her. She's taught me, an American, how to clean hard water, which is really hard. I mean, it's hard water. Yes, it's hard. It's just difficult. I watched her videos, and when she cleans her bathrooms, she has it go over, but she makes it into a point, like a little arrow point, and then she uses water from the faucet, like a little dollop, to seal it. It's like she's living in a freaking hotel. That's fancy. I'm not that invested in the aesthetic of the toilet paper roll on the holder. So I just think, slap that baby on. And when I mean baby, I mean toilet paper on the holder. Now, this also brings me to another. I didn't think that this was going to be a big deal until I mentioned it to some friends. In this house, we use a lot of toilet paper. It's not in a gross way. It's just what happens when you have nothing but girls. And I prefer single ply toilet paper. It's an economical choice. It's also a save our toilet choice, because these kids think that toilet paper grows on trees, and yes, I know. So here we use single ply, and when they were having toilet paper roll shortages, I had to use single, sometimes triple ply. The girls thought it was like a blanket. Maybe they're supposed to like wrap themselves up at night. I'm kidding. It was luxurious. I will concede that it is soft and cuddly. But with all the millions of children in this home that are female, we need the single ply. No one seems to be feeling like they have been left out of the luxuries of life. But apparently my friends believe the opposite. They think that I'm depriving my children. For everyone who's listening, I cannot be the only. So this podcast is turning into I cannot be the only one. But really, I cannot be the only one that prefers a single ply. I've survived this long, and so have my children. And when they decide to start buying toilet paper, they could choose whatever they want. But in this house, we will have single ply. Unless there's another shortage or outage or whatever, I will have to get fancy schmancy stuff. So, I mean, okay, toilet paper roll over in this house, but that toilet paper is going to be single ply. If any of you math wizards out there that think you can figure out the ratio of single ply versus double ply and the amount of money that you're spending comparing the single to the double, triple, whatever. And also, environmentally, what's better? All right, I'm done with that. We're going to go on to another one that, yes, there is huge opinions in our home about steak. Oh, I'm going to make so many people uncomfortable or angry. I, Abby, prefer a well-done steak. I know, my husband, he loves a bloody, goopy steak. I do not enjoy something that's moving at me still, or still has a heartbeat. My oldest, numero uno, she loves a bloody steak, and this girl faints at the sight of blood, or the idea of blood being somewhere, but she will scarf a steak down that is living on the plate. Numero dos, discussing steaks with her, she's all about the bloody steak as well. I really blame my husband and my sister-in-law. My sister-in-law in Florida, she loves a bloody steak. You really just put it on the grill for like a little that's it. Take it off, she'll eat it. And one Thanksgiving, numero uno had asked, or my sister-in-law had offered her steak to my daughter, and it was love at first bite. It was stardust in her eyes. She could not get enough. And my husband, he was so excited because he could finally share his love. He could finally share his bloodlust with someone else. And then my middle daughter, numero dos, I'm not even sure how it happened. I just think she was looking at everyone else in the house, or I'm not even sure. And she loves a bloody steak too. Numero tres, or number 3, loves her mother and prefers a well-done steak. I love her. She's precious. I don't mind a well-done steak because it could be made very well. Get it? It could be made delicious, not chewy, not beef jerky. If it's prepared right, it can still be juicy. I don't want to bite into it and taste like iron, metal. No, I just can't. And my husband's like, oh, it's juicy. Okay, it's juicy because you have blood squirting between your teeth. All right. And then your mouth starts to water because you're a vampire and you're excited about the blood. I don't know. It's gross. I can't. It's a very debatable topic, but really it's just about preference, right? I mean, the same thing with toilet paper. Over, under, you choose whatever. Whatever makes you happy. Steak. I don't think it's offensive if I see someone wanting a steak that's well, or even raw. Sorry. I think it feels like rare is pretty much equal to raw. I just can't do it. All you chefs out there, I know, it sounds terrible to have a well steak, but I mean, come on, you're not eating it, I'm eating it. I don't see a problem. You do you. For today's good of the day, let's spend time with someone who makes you happy. Someone that just gives you a little bit of a pep in your step, just to also make a connection. Yes, I know, lockdown too, I know. But we could still take walks outside. We can also have a cup of coffee with someone outside. And yeah, it's cold, put on a jacket. And if you're in the States, roll up your sleeves. Spend some time with someone. If you can't see someone in person, I would try to Zoom or contact someone on Facebook Messenger, or even call someone on FaceTime. Anything to see someone's face. So that way you can make a connection, look at their eyes, see how they're doing physically. Because we can't really have a lot of touch right now. And even though I'm not a hugger, this whole lockdown makes me want to be a big hugger, and I know I can't. It's just like the responsible thing to do, I guess. I think looking at someone, seeing their facial expressions, and having the ability to look someone in their eyes, it gives you a little sense of normalcy. I mean, it's all about connection, and I don't mean to be kind of cheesy about this, even though I'm pretty cheesy. It's just nice to have a real conversation and look at someone. Even the people that are not into it in person, like before COVID, I think in this time, maybe it's something that we all need. All right, that's going to be it for today. Thank you so much for listening. I appreciate you all. Tomorrow is Saturday, but we have a bonus episode. It's not really bonus, but it's an episode I did with a friend about TV Tuesday, and it's going to be on a Saturday now because it didn't make it. It didn't make it to my podcast, so look out for that tomorrow. Thank you so much for listening, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye. Bye.